Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, girls and boys and girls, welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David, the Optician. Before we go on, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and let you know when our channel is on. Also hit the like button. It helps the channel, helps our channel to grow. Thank you again. Today, our Inspirational Minutes with David today is properly titled, How to Love. Again, how to love. And love, like I spoken and talked about this subject before, love is letting out vulnerable emotions. So the video today, our Inspirational Minutes with David today, is how to let out vulnerable emotions. Because we live in strange times today. We live in a time where the media controls everything that you see, hear, smell, touch. You try to emulate, you are programmed with the proverbial carrot in front of you, the plastic carrot. We talk about that all throughout our Inspirational Minutes with David. But when the media controls the information that you see, they control what you believe. When they control what you believe, they control your mind. You see? And when they control your mind, let me call out to you right now. Because when they control your mind, they have the ability to control your thoughts. So when they control your thoughts, man, they can control your emotions. Because when they control your mind, they control your emotions. And when they control your emotions, they can control your actions. And when they control your actions, you're no longer in control. You see, you have to let out vulnerable emotions. You have to learn how to live for self. Answer the phone. Listen to this message. You see, when they control your actions, you're no longer in control. I reiterate. And when you're not in control, you're not yourself. And when you're not yourself, they have won. That's why our Inspirational Minutes with David today, how to love, how to let out vulnerable emotions. Because we're not letting them win, okay? We're not letting them win, all right? We're not. You have to learn how to let out vulnerable emotions to self. You have to learn to love self, because here's the deal. If you love yourself, and when you love yourself, the shenanigans that they pull all over the world, your world, you will not fall for it. You'll be a critical thinker. You'll be able to get out this small box that you're in and think outside the box to control your own circle of the things that you let inside your spirit, soul, and mind. You become a critical thinker. You will question your why. Oh yeah, I talk about this all the time. I try to evolve and help you come along the way. And this is something that's not something that I take lightly. I'm very serious about evolving. I'm very serious about helping mankind become humankind. I know my assignment. I know the assignment that the Spirit took on when it took this body. When the great bang happened, when the sperm hit the air and the great bang started in the portal of the woman, which was my mother. The portal that bring all male and female into this earth. But in the succession and the growth of what I was going through, from a young lad, from a baby to a little boy, from a little boy to a teenager, to a young man to a man, through trials and tribulations. I have been through many pains, hurts, disappointments through mankind. But I had to learn how to let out vulnerable emotions to self. So, if you have to choose, stay with yourself. Know yourself, discover yourself, evolve, study yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, and admire yourself. You can admire everybody else. You can admire the celebrities, the sports stars, the rappers, the singers, the models, even people who you think better than you, but you cannot give love. You cannot be vulnerable to self. You can be vulnerable to everyone else, but you can't be vulnerable to self. Learn to laugh at yourself. Look in the mirror at the woman or man that you are. Not only what only exists in the eyes of those who do not recognize your great value. You have great value, but you have to recognize it first for other people to recognize it. Explore the relationship you have with yourself. Take time to know yourself and be aware of how you speak upon yourself. Because words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling, broadcasting. Watch the words that you put over yourself. First of all, you can criticize yourself a little too much. Now, if you heal the relationship with you, you'll stop looking at other relationships that should start with you. And if you choose yourself always. Not as an act of selfishness. No, we're not selfish. But as an act of courage and self-love, because only those who love themselves have the ability to love others. Create healthy limits. Say no whenever you want. Raise your voice even if you are entirely shaking. Raise your voice. You're stronger than what you think. You're not a princess or a prince in a pink world. You're a warrior in a world shades many colors. Fight for what you want in your life and get out of it everything that stands against your dignity and your peace. You can put a price on peace, a peace of mind that is, but you got to have peace within yourself in order to bring on the peace that you might need and will need and want in your life. Don't allow any person or situation to label or define you, who you are, and what you need to be. Don't allow anyone or anything to allow you or to label you or define you. Point blank, period. Don't allow that, ever. You're not a label, and don't allow people to label you. You are the woman or you are the man you want to transform into, which is the best unique version of you. You're constantly growing, possessing beautiful gifts and virtues. Some of them yet to even be awakened, because you're going to keep evolving. You're going to keep learning more and more things about yourself. And you're going to have a great awakening. Take every sunshine as a new opportunity to grow. Don't carry unnecessary weights. Don't carry burdens that don't even belong to you. Eliminate, get rid of everything that sinks you from your life. What drags you and what leads you to the abyss. You have to own yourself. You own yourself. You're not an object. You're not the words that hurt you, nor the blows that you have been given. You're not your past mistakes. You're not. You're not a failure. You're nothing that makes you feel inferior. Cut from now and forever everything that causes you sadness, that causes you dependence, and also unhappiness. Leave behind the blame, the regrets, and fears, because they cannot embrace, respect, and enjoy your essence, your beautiful essence. Let it shine brightly. You will stay in your company for the rest of your life. You see, you must learn to let out vulnerable emotions to self. Do I need to call you again? I think I will. Answer the phone. because I'm going to call you a messenger. That's what I'm going to do. Answer your phone. It's ringing. Answer your phone. You see, I had to fall in love again. I had to fall in love again with self. I had to learn how to let out vulnerable emotions. You see, I'm in love. Yeah. Okay, I am. Okay, I'm in love. I'm in love with someone I'm enough for, who hugs me and lifts my self-esteem, who recognizes my value, and who has told me that I do not need anyone else to be happy because we have each other. That someone taught me how to forgive because I had to forgive myself. I fell in love again, but this time it's different, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's different this time. Let out vulnerable emotions because it made me understand. It made me understand that I deserve the best of the best and not less. That a love with doubts and insecurities is not love. I fell in love with someone who believes in me. No matter how many times I stumble because the love I have and my loved one, they knows that after I fall, after David fall, I'm going to stand up and be better. I'm going to rise even higher. I fell in love with someone who gives me peace and serenity. I fell in love with someone who also gives me security, who is able to give everything for me, who loves me always and not just for the simple, small moments for themselves. I fell in love with someone who wraps me in their arms, and over and understands me. Despite my dark days and chaos that I carry within myself, that I carry inside of myself, I do not run away. My loved one stays and accompanies me in my moments of loneliness and quietness. You see, I fell in love. I have fallen in love with someone whose eyes shine when I see them. Their look reflects how happy they feel to have me. And with a smile, they always welcome me. And since we discovered each other, it doesn't take a second to leave me alone, accompany me to my favorite places, and enjoy my company unconditionally. Yeah, true. I am. I'm in love. I am the fly optician. I am in love. And though until a while ago, this seemed impossible, but I learned that letting out vulnerable emotions, the word became possible. So today, I love that person. I have learned to let out vulnerable emotions. And I learned how to let out vulnerable emotions, which is love. I love that person. And he has become my favorite person. I fell in love. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, I fell in love with me. I fell in love with me. And today, I know that I am the love of my life. You see, that's some of the ways of letting out vulnerable emotions. You must love thyself. You must be able to accept thyself. You see, because love is not always meeting of two bodies. Love, ladies and gentlemen, is a frequency. Love is not sought in the standards of beauty, in the idealization of the perfect person who is never wrong or is always the same, precisely the same pretensions. Love can be searched. It cannot be searched because it is not hidden from anyone. Let out vulnerable emotions. You will then evolve until what love really is. Love is a frequency. There's the most minor inner movement. It's shaking in energy waves, vibrating in the universe. We're not people who seek love. We're souls who beat in the energy that attracts and repels according to our needs and our choices. You see, people, love is a frequency. So close and so simple that looking outside, we do not see it. If you look outside yourself, you're not going to see and feel the love that you need to let out vulnerable emotions. Who finds love is because he did not seek it, but felt it. Who finds love is that he or she, they did not seek it. They felt it. They felt it within themselves. They felt it within their spirit, their heart, their mind. And the feeling being attracted. And what it feels like to be attracted. To let out vulnerable emotions to him or her, to self. You see, when we understand that the key is to experience love, it's not who we are in the appearance, people, that we have, or in the image we build, but in the capacity to manifest before all this is in us. We abandon the illusions and needs of the ego. And when you abandon the illusions and needs of the ego, you quench, which will quench our thirst in this infatigable source of light that never goes out within you. You have to control. You have the power. But first, you have to let out vulnerable emotions to self. How to love self. It's not about being with someone, because this is somehow inevitable if those are pretensions. And those are the pretensions. It's about being well with yourself. It's about not projecting our needs in others. It's about getting rid of social patterns, past trauma, and accepting you in such profound and beautiful way. The importance is to love and to vibrate on that frequency. Let out vulnerable emotions, because this state of healing, of the healing of our wounds, it is the treasure we so sought for, and which is very needed. Your mind can tell you that you love, and it will be an illusion. But if you follow the song of your heart, it will lead you to true love. To the unconditional love that loves without attachments and total freedom. Don't seek love, vibrate in love, and everything else will make sense. I vibrate, people. I vibrate on this frequency of love. It's real. And if you made it this far in our Inspirational Minutes with David, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications and let you know when we're back on. And again, I have to go back over this one more time with you, because I love you. Hit the bell notifications, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment button, hit the like button. How to love. How to L-O-V-E. Let out vulnerable emotions to self. How to love. You must first love yourself and ride on that frequency, that vibration of that love that you have for yourself. Because I'm going to say this again. When the media controls the information you see, they control what you believe. And when they control what you believe, they control your mind. And when they control your mind, they control your emotions. And when they control your emotions, they control your actions. And when they control your actions, you're no longer in control. And when you're not in control, you are not yourself. And when you're not yourself, they have won. They have won. How to love. L-O-V-E. Let out vulnerable emotions to self. They've been winning for too long. It's time to take back your power. And when you take back your power, the first start of it begins with you. It begins with you. Take back your power. How to have vulnerable emotions. Let out vulnerable emotions to self. Learn to love, and learn and love and evolve with self. And then we'll spread out into the universe. Listen. I love me. I love me because I love you. And when I love you, I love myself. My name is David. They call me the Fly Optician. Again, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. I'm only here to help us evolve. I'm only here to put out the vibration and the energy of love. I'm a very passionate person about this thing called love. Okay? Now, before I let you go, can I hold you to it? Can I hold you to it that you will begin to let out vulnerable emotions to self? Thank you in advance. And know that I love you. I love you in truth. And I love you in peace. And peace be upon you. Until next time.